Last week, I took France's new Civic Exam and I scored 39 out of 40. But this video isn't to brag because it's starting January 1st, 2026. This exam becomes a real checkpoint for a lot of foreign residents in France, like me. So if you are applying for multi-year residence permit for the first time or 10-year resident card for the first time, so this civic exam really matters. I will walk you through who needs the exam and who doesn't, how to register, what's inside the test, how I prepared in 1 week, and what kind of questions surprised me. Stay until the end because I will also tell you the real secret behind passing. The secret is it's not being good at tests, it's living in France with your eyes open. France is tightening requirements in 2026. From January 1st, 2026, passing the civic exam is required for first application for carte de séjour pluriannuelle, which means multi-year permit, and carte de résident means 10-year card, and it's also required for naturalisation. Important detail is this is about first applications. Renewals don't follow the same rule. And yes, at the same time, France is also stricter about French language proof for these procedures.
Oh, I forgot to mention one thing in my video. When you submit your visa or residence application, you must provide proof of French language level. You can use either DEF. It's valid for 2 years. There is no speaking test, it's only written, and no essay writing. The second is DELF. It's more demanding. It includes listening, writing, and speaking, but the certificate is valid for life.
So for many of us living here, 2026 is not just one more year. It's a new administrative reality. Not everyone has to take it. Common exemptions, special cases include people over 65, not required to pass, and people with certain health conditions or disabilities who may receive accommodations or exemptions with medical proof. Also, if you are only applying for 1-year temperature residence card, that's not the same category as the multi-year or 10-year card. The 2026 rule specifically targets first applications for multi-year and 10-year cards. So you should always double-check your own situation with your prefecture or the official pages because immigration categories can be very specific. To register, you can go to Le Français des Affaires and use their Find a Test Center flow. Pricing depends on the center. Many candidates report something around €70, including me. My fee is €70, and in some places it can be higher. The best study resource is actually already provided by the French government on the official Formation Civique website. It's organized by themes and covers the core knowledge behind the exam. French Republican values, democracy, laws, institutions, laicity, the European Union, geography, history, culture, and everyday life in society. School, healthcare, equality, rights and responsibilities. And there was something I want to say clearly. If you treat this as just an exam requirement, it feels dry. But if you treat it as learning how France works, it becomes meaningful. I will give you an example. Because of this exam content, I discovered the composer Maurice Ravel, and I listened to Bolero. And honestly, I was moved. I'm not someone who grew up with music education, but I'm not embarrassed by that anymore because learning new things is exactly why integration can be beautiful. The exam is 40 multiple choice questions done on a computer within 45 minutes, and you need 32 correct answers to pass. And the questions are split into two categories. The first one is 28 knowledge questions. It tests your memory and understanding. 12 scenario questions. It tests your real-life judgment and application. So this split is important because scenario questions are where many people feel uncertain. My timeline was tight. I had 1 week between studying serious prep and the real exam. Here's what I did. I read the official themes carefully over several days, a few hours per day. Then I paid for a monthly mock test platform, around €50 per month, and I did 2 full rounds of practice. I'm not promoting any specific brand here. If you Google Test Civic, you will see multiple options. Now, did the mock tests help? Yes, for the knowledge part, absolutely. They reinforced the facts and the definitions. But the scenario questions, they are broader and closer to real life. One scenario question asked about how to dispose of bulky waste, and I knew it because I have actually had to deal with it in real life. I remember calling the Mahi before, asking what the process is. That's when I understood what this exam is really testing. Not just do you speak French, but do you understand how society works here? And that's why I generally believe most people can pass. Because if you observe, you learn, and you connect the daily life to these things. I received my results by email the next morning. Officially, they say you'll get results within 24 to 48 hours, which matched my experience. If I had to summarize everything in 2 lines, the first, living experience in France matters. The scenario questions reward real understanding of daily life. The second, French vocabulary matters. Not advanced literature, just practical, civic, and administrative vocabulary. And finally, to every foreign resident living in France like me, I hope you pass smoothly. Bon courage!